I have myself muted. Thank you for telling me. I am not a streamer. How are you doing, by the way? I'm really curious to hear what you thought of the Gen 10 reveal. I'm actually just working on updating my Fire Red Leaf Green website section while chatting with whoever stumbles in. Yeah, I am doing good, thank you. Um, I was really tired covering the news this morning, but I think it was overall a pretty fun little presents and pretty amazing. It's been 30 years. I don't look like a Pokemon Legends ZA player. I I gotta get the Mega Garchomp Z stone. I haven't redeemed the mystery gift yet. Maybe I should open a streaming source to like show my affinity photo thing where I'm working on the header images for Fire Red Leaf Green pages. I wanna play Fire Red Leaf Green too. I have not started yet. Um, to be honest, and this is like probably a little bit sacrilegious, but I have not finished my World of Warcraft trading post missions, so I gotta rush that. That wraps up tomorrow with the end of the month. Hey Schuster, thanks for stopping in. Welcome. And a special thanks for stopping in. Let me know how you're doing. I'm kind of hoping to get thoughts on the Pokemon Presents and Gen 10 reveal from people. Personally, I really like the water starter actually, Gekwa. Rowlet 2, I'm not sure. Usually, I'm a grass type person, but I was really hoping they would go back to reptiles. Yeah, I gotta check. Did you post those? A special in the Discord? I gotta check that out. Yeah, thanks. I will definitely check that out after the stream. Um, for I know a lot of people love the fire starter, but I'm not a dog person. I don't mind dogs, but I gravitate more towards, reptiles, bugs, those kind of creepy crawly things. So, Trico, you gotta pick. You gotta pick. Just one. Maybe I should rearrange my windows here so I can better see the chat. Did anyone else buy the Game Boy music collection? It's like totally superfluous and like kind of an annoying way to listen to music, but it's just like such a cool gimmick and collector's item. I did have to pick that up. Oh, thank you, Rini, for gifting the sub. Appreciate that. Hey, Devoured. Welcome. I absolutely had to pick that up. And so I'll do like a little opening whenever that arrives. And I was able to pick up the mini Pokemon Center set from Lego because I did have enough points. I'm surprised those hadn't expired. Um, but like that, honestly, the badge set and the Pokemon Center set were actually like the best Pokemon Lego sets to me. And they weren't even like directly for sale. So I hope, actually maybe I'm gonna have to like look up. I think someone already basically made instructions for the badge set and like look up how to get those pieces and make it for myself. So um the texture of a mango seed, that is unique but totally makes sense. um that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't made that connection. Um, and as far as Pokemon Masters EX, I actually, um, I think I didn't care which. Oh, so Kieran, you wanted Kieran to get Ogrepone? Yeah. That would have been really cool, and I'm a little bit surprised they didn't give it to him. Um, Poor Kieran. But I do really like the special outfits they gave Florian and Juliana. And of course, Red. The original Red sync pair looks really good. I was actually surprised too that they did the music collection as a global release, but also very grateful. And Rennie, I also hope that they make that available for purchase because, to be honest, locking it behind a $650 set didn't give me the greatest impression of their marketing choices. Just because I don't think in today's economic climate, like, that's great to do. So has everyone started? I mean, if you have a Nintendo Switch or Switch 2, have you started playing Fire Red or Leaf Green? Curious if people have started, which starter they chose. Is this your first time playing it? Are you replaying it? And Trico, yeah, the gaming chair too, I think was around like 650. Yeah. I I guess you can't see my chair behind me really, but it's not a Pokemon one. I will be I already bought Leaf Green for the Switch. And that's obviously like replaying it because I'm PokéJungle. Of course I chose Leaf Green when they first came out. Um but that being said, I'm also gonna pick up Fire Red at some point, and like I think I can use my Switch and Switch 2 like next to each other to play. And then trade for like version exclusives and stuff. Oh, Rini, you got Charmander. Oh, you made some good progress. I feel like Charmander is probably tough when you have to face Brock pretty early on. Gotta kind of grind for some grass types or something. I am kind of sad. Like, I wish. I know that they're like doing pretty straightforward re releases, but it would be so fun to have wireless online trading and battling on these retro titles. Like, they can't just spare a few developers and add something cool like that because it would be unique. And then also they have the physical special split that was pre-update. So it like competitively, like there's a little bit of a difference there. Pikachu and Charmander for Brock is definitely hard mode. When does it get Metal Claw though? Is that early enough to use? The only thing that really, oh, level 13. Wow. Um Maybe they purposefully did that just so like there were better options with a fire type when facing Brock. Um the physical special split is one thing that actually does annoy me about these games just because you have Pokemon like Kabutops that can't really utilize water type moves because of its, abysmal special attack, or, Almastar not being able to really hit hard with rock type attacks because it has a terrible attack stat. Um, that's something a little bit weird to have to play around, strategize around. I think this seems to be working, and by this I mean the stream. So I'm gonna share on Twitter that I'm just chatting for a while. Alakazam. In some ways, I know everyone's sick of Kanto. I get that, and I definitely appreciate so many Pokemon that are beyond just the original 150 that Pokemon loves to focus on. But on the other hand, sometimes it is fun to like force yourself to use Pokemon that you may not usually use. Because when there's 1,000 Pokemon, you have a lot of choices. So being forced to like go back to Kanto, that's definitely fun. I do plan to like stream a little bit of Fire Red, or sorry, Leaf Green. um, and I think I'm gonna try to do an exclusive Grass and Bug Run. So we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, they don't have great stats. I know I'm gonna use like Parasect and not. I'm not even gonna use Bulbasaur. That line just because I feel like Venusaur gets some pretty good stats, and I want to kind of focus on maybe lesser used Pokemon. So like Parasect, Venomoth, and rest is like TBD, I think. Oh, and by the way, like I'm curious too about people's thoughts on Pokopia. Have you pre-ordered it? Are you going to be playing it on release? Are you waiting? I know that not everyone has a Nintendo Switch too, so um, that might impact. I think for the first time, this is the first Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon title. So I'm curious if people are going to be playing that right away, or that's going to be something that might not be an immediate purchase. Um, I did, I did take off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week from my job, uh, to play, and just do some website updates. I don't. It just seems very daunting. I'm not Joe. I'm not Joe. I do not actually enjoy huge cataloging. Um, so I don't know my website coverage level, how that's gonna go. Um, but I did take the time off just in case it's something that I really want to write about, either in guides, like more focused guides, or just like general info pages. So we'll see. You guys may or may not know, but I'm not super great at that. And a special, that's awesome. Don't forget to have a mega Pokemon for those super mega raids. I think I'm going to be using Mega Mawile throughout the day because I had to choose. Like, I was looking at the weaknesses of Mega Dragonite, Mega Victory Bell, and Mega Malamar. And Fairy and Ice were both types that had coverage of two of the three Mega Raids, Super Mega Raids. So I was looking through my roster of Pokemon and um, kind of chose a Mawile for the Fairy typing. And so hopefully that'll be good against Mega Dragonite and Mega Malamar. And okay against Mega Victory Bell. But I'll be going out. Tomorrow it's pretty cold in Minnesota. I'm looking at the temperature real quick. Oh, Devoured, thank you. Thanks for the sub. Oh, I got a winter weather advisory. Um, well, great. hopefully, hopefully it doesn't snow too much and then freeze, because if the ice is covering the roads, I will maybe not be going out. But it's gonna be 20 degrees for me tomorrow. But luckily, I do. I live in a city that has some skyway and subway walking areas. So I think the group, like I'm in the city's Discord for Pokemon Go, and I think the group will probably be walking indoors tomorrow. So that is nice at least. Oh yeah, sorry, especially yeah. Some countries do have to pay import fees, and Americans are actually learning about that too. Um, I actually I just paid 150. Sorry, I'm adjusting my armrest. I just paid $150 for imported stuff, not Pokemon stuff, but uh, some other stuff that we use. Well, I hope we do get a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the Nintendo Switch 2. And I hope that we get a themed console as well. I would actually, I don't, I, I would have to see it, but like then I'm like, would be weighing, should I trade in my existing console and then get like some store credit and buy the Pokemon one? Um, but I at this point I don't see myself like buying just a straight up second console. And you guys can let me know, but I am not totally sold on Wind and Waves as like a theme yet. I'd really have to see like what the console looks like. Seems like a really cool and exciting title, and the setting looks really cool, but we haven't seen much. I think actually Legends EA could have made a really, really cool uh, themed console. Like the black and green theme would have been really fun. And speaking of going to the post office, I actually, my friends always tease me because I'm going to the post office a lot. I go like for sure every other week on Fridays, but more often, because my husband does runs an Etsy shop, so we are shipping stuff a lot. They don't even have like a membership bonus. I want points. I want points for all this shipping that I'm paying for. I want free stamps. I saw someone post a comparison of like the landscape of Scarlet and Violet versus like the landscape shown in the trailer for Wind and Waves, and it does look night and day different. Um, so that's kind of exciting. I think that there's a lot of potential there. As far as like the game actually looking really nice and genuinely, exciting to explore through, because I think a lot of us felt like Scarlet and Violet had parts that looked really nice, but a lot of times the landscape was kind of empty. Um, Personally, I did appreciate the um, groups of Pokemon. I felt like there was some spots that felt really natural, like where the Pokemon were grouped together and how that looked. But yeah, and turns out we are now stuck in Gen 9 for the longest time ever. I believe that from what I've heard, Gen 10 was supposed to launch this year and it was actually delayed. Um, so I don't know if that was due to like technical stuff and they wanted additional time to polish it. But it was surprising to see that it's not launching till next year. And I hope we don't have to wait till like fall. I hope it does more like a Q1, Q2 release, which would definitely break the cycle. But otherwise, we have a long time to wait until it would actually release, like a year and a half. Yeah, and Tangela is back. Actually, the trailer showed some Fun ones. We had Carnivine being featured in a trailer. That was super exciting for me. And then we also had what? Like we were able to see Slugma. So as far as the region's inhabitants go and like confirmed Pokemon, like we didn't get Sawaddle, but there were some fun ones. I'm curious, like they say that board they're carrying is maybe like a hoverboard or something. Um, I feel like they kind of made its design a little bit reminiscent of the Switch, to be honest. Like if you look at the design, it just reminds me of a Switch or a Switch 2. I might be reaching there. I don't know, but that's just what it reminded me of. But I am actually really happy that we got a region that might be based on the Philippines or Malaysia. I think that's really cool. I have not been to the Philippines. I have been to Malaysia, and that was very beautiful. I think Singapore would also be a cool country to serve as inspiration for a future Pokemon region. Are you guys ready to have the Pokemon Champions launch in April? I think it's April. Um, I don't know what is playing actually. What video is playing now? $1,000 Pokemon. I want to go back. The OBS browser is not super easy to use. Let's see if I can tab down. Oh, I can. And I think I looped it now. Oh, does the Philippines have Pokemon Mesostar? I actually didn't know that. That's pretty cool. And definitely update us in Discord, especially about how your Callus tour goes. If you're going to be out catching stuff today. I kind of have my shiny hopes. Let me look at the environments quick. I'm going to be trying to raid for a shiny Honedge, and then also I'm kind of hoping to run into a few of the other shinies that are going to be active. But unfortunately, it's not. I think the eggs are the only shiny boosted things, and that's exclusively for ticket holders. But it looks like I would love to run into like a shiny Helioptile, shiny Noibat, because I didn't that community day, I didn't get a huge amount. Um, Absol, I'm still kind of looking for like a really good Absol, shiny Absol. Shiny Phantomp would be really cool. Shiny Pumpkaboo. Shiny Esper. I'm a huge Esper fan. I think we probably share that as special. Um, Shiny Clauncher. Shiny Binacle. Shiny Inkay or Shiny Malamar. Shiny Amara. Shiny Skrelp. There's honestly like a lot of shiny Pokemon that I would love to run into tomorrow. And then hopefully our group will be big enough to kind of challenge the super mega raids successfully. I still don't know quite how that energy is going to work out. So we'll have to see if I even can participate much, unless I like want to drop a lot of money. We shall see, we shall see. And actually, speaking of the Game Boy thing, I was kind of wondering if the screen changes or that's like permanently on the scene. Actually, I'll open up the Pokemon Center website and check if they had any other product images that may shed light on that. Yeah, I think the image is just on the back of the cartridge. So, like, basically the screen will show whatever picture is on the cartridge you inserted. But that would be interesting. I think it shipped. I think I got an email that it shipped already. Trico will probably get his before I get mine, though. He always gets the Pokemon Center packages first. So is anyone going to be going to the San Francisco Pokemon Worlds this year? Unfortunately, I do not see myself going. I'm kind of I was gonna say excited, but if I'm being honest, I don't know if excited really captures it. But I'm interested in seeing what the XP event. Oh, and devoured. Yeah, that's what you just said too. Yeah, I'm excited to see what that really entails. And also the Pokemon. What was it? Day out and night out stuff. Uh, they didn't really share many details about that. So we shall see what those both of those types of events bring. Also, we didn't get many details on this TCG thing either. I gotta be honest, I don't like that Mew art because it looks like really washed out. Um, like looks like they did something wrong in their graphics program and like totally washed out Mew or something. So I'm not quite sure what went on there, but curious to see what that set will be like. I didn't really grab too much from the original 151. Pack, and I just realized that I didn't look at all at the YouTube chat. Sorry, YouTube. I think there was only one person. Do you guys realize we can't use the e-reader with this Switch release of Fire Red and Leaf Green? It's honestly tragic. I mean, I get that. The chrome, you know, it does kind of look chromey, to be honest. And if I see more artwork, like if I see more about it, maybe it does tie in really well and it does look cool. I'm open to that. You got to get chosen, like the Toy Story alien grabber. The claw has to choose you. Yeah, actually, last year I did. Sorry, I'm tired. Um, I did apply for like a creator pass, and they were basically what happened if you applied for one of those. I think the people they really didn't like that are like maybe on the list of people they don't work with received rejections pretty quickly, and then if you were not a top creator that they usually work with, then you're kind of relegated to waiting to hear back. And I don't know internally how they did it, if it was like random from the pool of second tier creators, which I'm a part of, or if they had like a hierarchy of like, you know, these people would be the top secondary, you know, like people to fill in empty spots. But I was ultimately not granted a pass, so it was an easy decision not to go. But it actually ended up being okay for me, because last year I ended up running into like some big life expenses anyway, because my computer was dying, and so I had to like get a new PC, and I wanted to make sure like that was strong enough to render videos and stuff, and so that was a little bit pricey, and then also just had house stuff, so like I still have repair bills to pay. uh yeah, I don't think I ever mentioned it really, but we unfortunately had a pipe, luckily not burst, but leak. So, yep. Live and you learn. My house is from like, it was built in like 1986, I think. So, I mean, it's 40 years old now. Did you guys ever actually use the wireless adapter that came with Fire Red and Leaf Green? when I when I was a kid back in 2004, I just thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like wireless trading, wireless battling." It seemed like so futuristic to be able to like plug that into your Game Boy Advance and then all of a sudden you have wireless capabilities. I feel like I probably have it somewhere. I'm not sure where it went. I'm not sure where my e-reader went to. I actually feel a lot worse. I mean, the wireless adapter I don't care too much about, even though it's cool and I would love to find it. But I'm actually really sad that I don't know where my e-reader went. I think I might buy one on eBay to be honest. Like I love the e-reader. So, oh, that's cool, Devoured. I think that it was available. There was some Pokemon event. Um and I don't know exactly which one, but there was a Pokemon event that was held at Mall of America, and I think the wireless uh the wireless adapter was out at that point, so I think like we could go into the Union Room cuz I'm trying to recall all this stuff. This is like 22 years ago. But I think there was a wireless Union Room that we could like, you know, hang out in, I guess, chill in. Um, but I also could be misremembering. I was actually surprised about the Legends EA because I had totally forgotten that they had not uh, had not actually announced or revealed the Mega Garchomp Z. So I was like, what are they? What are they doing with Legends ZA? Is there going to be like a new mystery gift? But then I realized, okay, yeah, they never actually released Mega Garchomp Z. But at the same time, I kind of wish that they would have given a little bit more fanfare. And actually, I'm really curious to hear thoughts about that too. Um, because to me, the lack of actually new Pokemon in Pokemon Legends ZA was a huge letdown. Um, Actually, overall, if I'm being honest, I liked Legends ZA as a Pokemon game, but I didn't like it as a Legends game. And I can see, like, obviously why they put it under the Legends brand because of the drastically different and experimental battles, real time battling, which makes sense. But at the same time, I was really hoping that the Legends line of games would explore times and drastically different areas, regions, than what we're traditionally used to. And with the modern setting, excuse me, it just felt like very similar in the time period as Scarlet and Violet. So I would have, I just wanted something unique. I wanted like, you know, future future Kalos or something. And hey, Pokeboy, thanks for stopping by. And I do hope that like in the future we actually get settings that show us something a little bit different. Because Hisui was so cool. That was honestly awesome. Like I know technically it's actually just like Sinnoh. Um, But that was just so cool to like see the series reimagined in a different way, to me at least. You know, personal opinion. I did like the museum displays or whatever that they had in Legend ZA of the Hisuian stuff. That was cool too. Yeah, from the reveal trailer, I really thought that it was like actually gonna incorporate both. Like we were gonna like somehow be flipping future, past, you know, like doing some weird time traveling thing. Because the blueprint really started out just looking like so. I don't know, like I don't know what time period that would really be similar to, but then it looked really futuristic. But Pokeboy, yeah, I totally agree. Like Legends was a fun game that I enjoyed. So outside of like just the, I know I'm complaining about the setting, but outside of that, I really enjoyed it. And I actually thought the loop was pretty fun of like having to battle trainers and then get your pass or whatever to challenge the next rank of person. Um, that was pretty fun, and I think it was the sneaking, like trying to both complete the missions, like to pick up the extra points, and then trying to like sneak up on your opponent and have something that might be able to like just take them out immediately. Hey YZ, thank you. Happy Pokemon Day to you too. And Velk, yeah. The wild, yeah, that's another good point because the wild areas, um, I don't mind in theory, um, because to me, I liked how they kind of broke the Pokedex up a little bit, where you had a smaller group of Pokemon and a really good visual indicator of whether or not you've caught the Pokemon or if there's still more Pokemon to catch there. I like that aspect, but then there was also like the other part that they seemed limited and you know. uh Unite is definitely not the same as Pokken. I should have bought it. Like I never picked it up. Um cuz originally when it released, like I never bought a Wii U for myself. Um I was living in an apartment with a Wii U cuz the guy that I was dating had a Wii U at that time. But like he was I wouldn't necessarily like use the console like as if it was like my own, so I didn't want to invest in like games for that. So and it like there's so many fun Pokemon that I feel like would be good for Pokken. Like they didn't have a huge roster in the grand scheme of things. I think it was decent sized. Um but obviously Unite just keeps on getting more and more Pokemon. And I'm a casual League player. I love MOBAs actually. But I wish that I had a PC port because I just the Switch controls, you know, Switch slash mobile controls are not perfect in my opinion. Uh, so I would prefer PC controls, but oh my gosh, what are they going to reveal? Is this going to be a Gen 10 reveal? Oh, also, I'll just say that when the notebook started flipping, I have been reading too many rumors, I guess, because there was outside of Pokemon, like there was the rumor of a DS add-on screen that might be considered. So I saw this. I saw that Johto illustration. I'm like, oh my gosh, are we getting Heart Gold, Soul Silver uh, re-releases too? That would have been awesome. That would be awesome. I would love that. Um, but then they started going to the other regions immediately. I was like, oh, we're just we're just taking a stroll down memory lane before they show us a preview of the new region. I'm really excited to see how they handle the underwater routes because I think those can be the most difficult to do well. Yeah, and they cuz correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the Scarlet and Violet reveal was pretty I don't think it really featured any gameplay, right? Cuz I think it was just like a room or did it? I got to refresh my memory, but you guys probably remember like that room where they're like zooming in on different like stuff. I thought it might be like that. So it was nice that we got to see some actual footage. Yeah, the first EA was trailer really didn't give us much at all. I'm surprised they announced it so far in advance, to be honest. And also like Champions and Pokopia, like are those gonna be enough to hold us all over uh until 2027? I don't know. Yes, please give us clothes. Give us clothes. Because besides I'm a little iffy on the starters besides Gekwa. Um but like I think one of the biggest turnoffs so far, and it's not huge, like I'm just being dramatic. I don't like the clothes though. I do not like the protagonist clothes. I don't like the guy's hairstyle even. Like um I had a really negative reaction though to the Gen 9 protagonists as well on their first reveal. So who knows if I'll come around. Pokopia DLC. Don't even get my hopes up. Yeah, very NPC. I would agree. I would totally agree. Um, I'm trying to think of what like trainer class I would call them. Adventurer. Adventurer James wants to battle. Like, yeah, to me they don't have presence. I don't know. Is that fair to say? How soon do you guys think we will get like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald releases? Because actually, maybe that's part of their plan to tide us over, is to like release Fire Red and Leaf Green right now, and then you know the fandom is getting kind of antsy. Okay, let's release Gen 3. Tide us over a little bit. We shall see. I guess how that goes. I actually did. I'm a little bit worried about my Gen 3 games, including Fire Red and Leaf Green, um, getting like losing the internal battery, which I don't know if that is used just for the clock or if that's actually used for the save too. Let me look that up real quick. I don't know. I'm gonna have to research that. I feel like the save may have actually. Yeah, I don't think the save data is affected, and it's just the internal clock, so that's fine, I guess. But I bought like a peripheral to hook up to my computer, and then like slot the Game Boy Advance games in to like back up the save file, just in case. I don't want to lose my memories. Um, and it's actually, I guess, not so much because of the batteries, but I want to use them with a pocket analog um, device as well, and that can actually corrupt save files if you use certain like features on that. um, Gen 5 peaked in a lot of ways. I feel like I am extremely biased towards in support of Gen 5, so I probably shouldn't wax nostalgic about how good I feel those games were. And actually, Snivy, when we're talking about grass type starters, because like I am obviously a grass type fan, Snivy was actually, I think, the start of me not loving the grass starters. But even Snivy, like I've really come around on. So, and Pokeboy, I agree. I mean, I think part of the wow factor for me when I was like just starting up Ruby and playing was honestly the soundtrack. I mean, that just sounded so good. And to this day, like I feel like just listening to that intro um, just brings back such good memories. Because I know that the mechanics themselves that the games used, like the battle system and stuff, I I'm quite sure received pushback at the time, like, oh, this is the third generation of the same. Um, but the way that the visuals were just such an upgrade, and then you had like this amazing soundtrack, for me, that was really fun to experience. Because I started with Crystal, and Crystal, amazing game, and also has the best Pokemon animations before we got Black and White. To me, I do not like the Emerald animations, and I forget Fire Red Leaf Green what that kind of did, but Crystal was head and shoulders above that. But beyond the animations, the Game Boy Advance titles were just such a jump, and the colors look so good, and the environments. I loved the rainy routes. I don't know. That may be like a weird me thing, but I just loved, like the little raindrops. Like it was Hoenn was just really fun to explore, in my opinion. Oh, I see that Leaf Green actually has an E10 plus rating. It was originally released under just E. Can someone confirm? Like, I don't think they edited out the gambling, right? There's still the casino or whatever, right? I actually, although I was super sad to lose the slot machines, I actually did really enjoy the um, Generation 4 game. And I guess the Japanese version did have the slot machines, but there was a fun card flip. I like not card flip, the Voltorb flip game. It is 8:30. I'm gonna kind of wrap up. I don't know if I'm gonna stream too often, but I might try to stream more often, and just try to like check in with the community via Twitch and YouTube. So I really appreciate everyone who chatted tonight and watched the stream. It was fun to talk with you guys and hear about everyone's opinions. So thanks for joining me. Starting with Pokemon Stadium, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say they started with Stadium, but that actually does make sense if you had like an N64 or something. Actually, I should stream Stadium. That would be so fun. I'm excited to play XD Gale of Darkness because I never bought that for the GameCube. I bought Coliseum, and I've said this before, but like the Coliseum fainting animations like just pissed me off. Like I am probably like very weird for this, but I just hated if you watch the animations like the Pokemon gets hit and then the screen like blinks black and then their animation starts for fainting, and it was not seamless at all. And it just annoyed me. I don't know, like I'm a very, like I'm a unique person. I was a unique child, okay? That just annoyed me so much. So I was not super into like XD Gale of Darkness because it seemed like the same setup there. So, and also Coliseum was just kind of hard for me as a kid, at least. Like you had very limited, it wasn't an adventure where you like catch whatever Pokemon you want in the grass. It was like more of like, here's the boss battles and like good luck. So I never picked up Gale of Darkness, but I'm very excited to actually play through that when that releases on the Nintendo Switch Online. So anyway, thank you guys. I am looking forward to, hopefully if you guys join me for the Grass and Bug playthrough of Leaf Green. I am planning that. So I appreciate you all joining me tonight, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Pokemon day today. And if you are going out to enjoy the Kalos Pokemon Go event on Saturday and Sunday, I wish you good luck for shiny hunting and against the new Mega Evolutions. So take care, everyone.